it is a pleasure to welcome you here today and to be here with our partners for this informational session. So my other partners that are here with me today are the Hong Kong Trade Development Council, the New York Wine and Grape Foundation, the Finger Lakes Wine Alliance, and the Watkins Glen Area Chamber of Commerce. And I'm going to ask Rebecca Carroll, the president of the Watkins Glen Area Chamber of Commerce, since we're in her space, if she would like to say anything before we get started.
I'm just going to shout out a warm welcome. Thank you to everyone for being here and for coming to the session. I'm looking forward to everything that Anthony has to share with us, and thank you for being here. And thanks for letting us be part of this.
Very good. Thank you, Rebecca. A couple of housekeeping items. There's restrooms around the corner. The exit doors are here and here in the event of a catastrophe. You know, this comes from years of safety training. And then following the session, we have wine from Atwater back on the right, and then of course we have coffee and beverages and some light hors d'oeuvres afterwards here. So please don't run out and leave us with all that to have to consume. So we have a couple of excellent resources here with us today, and I'm just going to take a moment and just share with you. We had pre-registered 11 wineries, 4 promotion agencies or organizations, a cidery, and a brewery. I can also tell you that we've had a shrubbery come in to join us as well, and that's all I'm going to say about that, but we do have a shrubbery. And the folks that are here are smiling, so you'll have to ask them what that is. So we also have a resource that I'm really pleased to say is with us, and that is Charles Radier from the New York State International Trade Office. And we're in a moment, thanks, Charles. In a moment, we're going to go around the room and let you introduce yourself, so I wanted to just point out a few people. When Anthony's team reached out to Rebecca and myself regarding opportunities to work with them, we had a pretty lengthy discussion about sort of exportation in general, the sort of readiness and willingness perhaps of our local wineries to want to sort of explore other territories and to sort of diversify their market space. And so what I wanted to share with you is that SCOPE, the Schuyler County Partnership, we're a public-private partnership. We are about sort of creating economic opportunities in Schuyler County. That's our mission. And we are a membership organization. We're a 501c6, so it's really not in our wheelhouse to be doing exportation. But what is a passion for me and what I am most interested in is the maximization of a sustainable, diversified revenue stream that makes our businesses in this region healthy and one that can sustain changes in economic ups and downs. And the way you do that is you diversify your marketplace, you diversify your funding, and you make yourself strong so you're not relying on one particular customer base to keep your businesses healthy. So for me, this is about a sustainable revenue stream and the opportunity to bring in net new money to the region from another marketplace. So I just want to put that on the table so you understand that's my reason for being here. So we decided that this would be our first session, and the session would be about why is it important? You know, what should you know, and why is it important? And why should we be interested in selling into new markets, especially one that perhaps is overseas and might be a bit daunting. So later in the fall, the Corning Community College will be hosting a session on sort of how to do it, sort of the nuts and bolts. And but this is sort of that primer, if you will. So it is our desire to have an interactive session. So I'm going to ask you to please not be shy. And to help us sort of break that ice, so you're not shy, I'm looking right at you, August, to sort of break that ice so you're not too shy, and so that our presenters know who's in the room. I'm going to ask you to just sort of briefly say your name and sort of what it is you're hoping to glean from this session. Just go fast so that we can, so some of the comments can be tailored to what your needs are. So I'm going to ask you to start.
I'm August Amel. I'm the winemaker for Cuban Spring Vineyards, and I'm going to be going over to
Lindsay Hall, member of the Ciders County Legislature. We, of course, are an agricultural, tourism-based economy here in Ciders County, and it's been most exciting to watch the evolution of the beverage industry in Ciders County. This is just one more opportunity for us to capitalize on. I want to welcome all of you here and enjoy yourselves.
Cameron Hosmer Winery in Seneca County, open, and interested in export possibilities. My knowledge in that is rather limited.
Morton Halpern, owner and winemaker of Redeem's Wine Cellars. Certainly interested in export possibilities. Apparently, like Castle Grace Winery, and we already had our, even though I'm not in this business for too long, and we already had our wines and introduced to China already. Now it's the time that I see that, oh, this is the Hong Kong market, here's the opening, the introduction meetings that I come over here to see that how we can get our wines into Hong Kong market, and maybe through Hong Kong market, they open doors to other markets as well.
I'm Charles Revere. I'm with Empire State Development. I work with the Global Development Division, which is the International Trade Division. I'm an international trade specialist. And over the last several years, I've been working quite extensively with wineries, ciders, and breweries to get into the export markets, including China.
I'm Tracy Delastrito with the Finger Lakes Wine Alliance. We're an organization, a nonprofit organization encompassing 30 plus wineries in Finger Lakes, a member organization. We're happy to let our members know about it, and I'm here personally just to glean more so I can offer information to our members. I'm Jody Earl from the National Wine Cellars.
My name is Desiree Diffenderfer. I'm here with Watkins Glen International on behalf of the Finger Lakes Wine Festival. And I'm here to interact with some of the wineries and philanthropists. Same story, but my name is Cindy Lewis Black. I'm the Senior Manager of Business Partnerships at Watkins Glen International. We're here to gather some information and also make connections with some of you folks.
My name is Dan Rickman. I'm the U.S. Small Business Administration. I'm the Southern Tier Capital Region Manager for SBA. One of the hats I wear is also our International Trade Officer for most of the state. So naturally, we have a lot of programs designed also with small businesses, including what the small business center does, provide funding to our friends at ESD, export marketing. We also have loan programs for exporters. So part of what I like to do is learn more about specific needs of the folks.
My name is Brian DeZoritz. I'm from New York Wine Traders. We are devoted to exporting Finger Lakes region wine, beer, and cider to the world. We are currently working with the company New York Wine Traders Japan, and I'm here to find out how we can do it in China.
Dave Whiting, owner of Red New Cellars, winery in Eastro, and very interested in that farm.
My name is Joseph Boyette. Tech wine company in packaging art as well as Forge Cellars. We're learning about more opportunities to grow our existing export market.
Rick Brady, partner with Justin, Forge Cellars. We're currently in Hong Kong and China, but I'd like to have a little bit deeper understanding of if there's opportunities for us to grow our business from a financial perspective. New York State's, making available any funds so we can continue to grow our export.
I'm Lori Bolden, I'm the president of Finger Lakes Wine Heritage Tourism Marketing Association for the 5 county regions, Ben, Skyler, Shimon, Yates, and Tioga. And I'm always interested in international visitors and those visitors. If they are seeing our products overseas, they're coming to see what they're doing. So I'm very interested in learning more about that.
Victoria W. and I work at the Hong Kong Regional Council in New York City with Anthony. I've been with Susan Spence and New York Wineries to our trade fair in Hong Kong several times. And I'm an email file, so happy to be here. There was one more person who came in.
And I'm Tim O'Hara. I'm with Skyler County. Here to observe and to the wine industry. You make us look good, and your success is our success. So happy to continue to be a part of that.
Thank you. So we're going to hear from our presenters. We have 3 presenters. Council's office. He's in charge of their operations in New York and the East Coast of the United States. And he's responsible for promoting their platform. And prior to coming to New York, he was responsible for fundraising and handling IPO fundraising, offshore business international mergers and acquisitions for Chinese enterprises. So I would say that he probably has a pretty good background to understand how to get into the market over there. He has served as the marketing manager for the Hong Kong Trade Development Council in Paris and Moscow. He has an MBA from Columbia University and Hong Kong University and the London Business School. He speaks Chinese, both Cantonese and Mandarin, and French. So he's going to be our first speaker. The second speaker is Susan Spence. She's the vice president of the New York Wine and Grape Foundation, and she's been with the foundation since 1990. She's worked in the export program since its inception in '92, and as you've just heard, she is so knowledgeable in sort of the trade programs and the actual trade events that are happening throughout the world. So as we talk about a wealth of information, Susan's going to share that with us. And I think, and I'll just mention this, I think one of the most interesting things about her bio is that she has oversight of accounting and legal contracts for the foundation. So that's also critically important when you are talking about going overseas and understanding the paperwork that's required and crossing the T's and dotting the I's. Our last speaker, who would come in via conference call, is Miguel Martin, and he's the head winemaker for Palma Vineyards. He's a native of southern Spain. He was raised in Madrid. He received his education, part of his education at UC Davis, and he worked for Mondavi, and you have his resume in front of you. He was settled into Carmel Valley in California, and has recently moved back to Spain, and is working on exporting. And he's going to share with you really, I mean, I have to tell you, he's sort of the meat and potatoes, because he's going to share with you sort of what they've done and how they've gone into the market. So I think our goal here today was to sort of set this up so that you'll get an overview from Anthony and then a little bit more detail from Susan. She's essentially going to lead you right into Miguel's piece of this. And again, it is interactive, so please, if you have a question, just raise your hand and I'm sure you'll take it, right? Okay, but that's enough of me. So at this point, I'm going to ask you to give a warm Skylar welcome to Anthony Mack.
Thank you very much, Judy, and thank you very much, Rebecca, Susan, Tracy, and all of you. It's a great pleasure to be here on this sunny day right next to a beautiful Santa Fe Lake. I just came in from New York City this morning. I took a very early campus-to-campus bus first to Ithaca, so bear with me if I'm a little bit unclear in my presentation. Today, our topic is about Hong Kong and how Hong Kong acts as really a wine, beer, and cider distribution hub for Asia. So you all know that Hong Kong is a very small city. Hong Kong, it's just a dot on the map, right? But it really is a very important trading center for a lot of different industries. And in our context of presentation today, we talked about the wine and alcoholic beverages. And the watershed here was really in February 2008, when the Financial Secretary of Hong Kong announced that Hong Kong was going to scrap all import duties on wine and alcoholic beverages of alcohol content below 30 degrees. So that was the time when it was announced. Hong Kong was the only major economy in the world which didn't have either an import duty or a VAT on alcoholic beverages below 30 degrees. So that was very exciting, and I, in particular, was extremely excited. The reason is that I was based in Paris at that time, and all of a sudden, all my colleagues were calling me and asking me to go to Burgundy and Bordeaux and in there and to invite more winemakers to go to Hong Kong and do wine trading by Hong Kong. So I had the opportunities to visit a lot of the vineyards there. That's my story and my connection with the industry. When I was here talking to Judy last summer, I was really impressed because I was introduced to the quality of the Finger Lakes wines and Riesling in particular. I've heard a lot of good things about how important it is, the soil and all these environmental factors which are conducive to growing the world's best quality Riesling. So I'm excited to team up with all of you and to bring that brand to Asia. So, okay, maybe I should say a few things about why it is important to find a distribution hub. I know a number of you are small vineyards who may not have a lot of resources to build your own team internationally, or you have your own offices in Europe or in Asia, in faraway parts of the world. Finding a reliable trading partner, business partner in other countries can help you navigate through all these complex import regimes and tax requirements and local licensing requirements. From my very brief conversation with a number of you just now, I know that you were exporting to, say, Belgium, right? And also to Hong Kong. And so those would be like wine trading hubs and logistics centers which could help you facilitate your export arrangements. And in Hong Kong, I would like to highlight the importance of Hong Kong's logistics in terms of importing wines from around the world. And there are reasons why Hong Kong has become such an important wine trading